Let's do it. Raventh and Kuri, Jaden Blaze, Kurtman Sharma, Jester, Love Life, Yahoo, Kazan, JD Ultra, Carlos, Champoy. Alright, now it's moving too fast. What's up, everybody? How's it going? We are here. Hello, gang. Travel. Hi from Germany. Hello from America. How's it going? I think. There we go. I think sounds good. Oh. Howdy, 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 howdy. Hello. How is it going, everyone? Legit FF, what's up? Marvel Mate, what's up? Oh, crap. Something. Is my stream messing up? Guys, how's the stream on your end? I know we had some problems last week, but we fixed them last week. How are we doing there? All right, people are saying the audio's quiet. Crank that sucker up a little bit. How's this? Is this any better? For everybody asking, I don't know if we're gonna get a post credit scene for this. I hope we do. I like if we're talking like what we would like to see as far as post credit scenes, like as far as they go. I really would love to see the Watcher in live action. Like I don't even need to see like him interact. I would love to see him interact with Doctor Strange. But I don't need to see that. I just want to see him live action. I want to see Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher, and then that's when you know things are like things are getting pretty serious. Things are gonna get pretty serious. Thank you, Sachin Kapakmar. Hello, hello, hello. Woof, 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 woof. This is the final episode. I see some people. I see some people asking, "Hey, what's up, Forsaken? How's it going?" Yeah, this is the final episode. There was gonna be 10, but they cut one episode out that is going to be in season 2. So we'll have to wait for that. Star Wars fanatic. I gotta go with the classic Infinity Gauntlet. I'm gonna go with the classic Infinity Gauntlet one. I think. I really like House of M. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with one of those two. I'm gonna go with one of those two. But it's really hard, like to choose comics over MCU because that's like, um, there's so much more to comics. There's so much. There's a lot more storytelling. I feel. Um, you don't have a time, right? You're not like trying to fit everything within like a 2 hour time period. There's a lot less to worry about with comics that makes it more story focused. Um, and there's a lot about comics that I really appreciate, and they'll always they'll always have they'll always have a good place in my heart for that. Real quick, hello Lego Plays, happy birthday. Hope it's a good one. Um, but then the MCU brings that all to life. It's kind of like What If. I've had fun with the series, and the last few episodes have been really, really good. But to see things in live action, like on screen, is like so different. It's so different. It's so cool. Like, it's just it's on another level. So I don't want to choose because I think you get a lot from both of them. Um, But as far as an experience goes, man, I don't know. I don't know. I've literally sat there and read comic stories and like have been on the edge of my seat. So I don't know. I think you get different things from them. Definitely do. Definitely do. I think the Hawkeye series is coming in November. Somebody asked about December. Isn't it coming in? I thought it was coming in November. It could be wrong. I'm very tired. Very, very, very tired right now. The Watcher is going to intervene. That's kind of like the point of this episode. Like, what if the Watcher broke his oath, broke his rules, right? Like, what happens then? Why do you keep falling backrest? It's just, I don't know if Spider-Man's gonna reboot again. I haven't heard anything about that. I would be so surprised if that happened. So surprised. Hawkeye is definitely a series. I don't think there's gonna be a clip of the Eternals. Yeah, it is in November. Thank you all for looking. T. Nasty Nelson, what's up? A Cosmic Wonder meet and greet. I'm not against that. I don't know if there's enough people who want to meet me, um, to do it, and I don't know where I would do that at. We'd have to. I might do like an event one day, to where it's like I rent out like a theater and do like an exclusive showing beforehand of something, like, so if I can like make that happen, and if people want to come and meet me and watch a movie, I think we could like knock like two birds with one stone, right? Like, you can watch a cool movie, and if you feel like meeting me, you can. I'd love to meet all you guys, so I'm definitely not opposed to that at all. Mr. Anderson, what is up? It's weird, we have two mods in the chat today. We don't get that very often. I think we've only had it like one other time. Oh no! My G Fuel exploded. It's alright, I salvaged it. So, I saw a question. Blacksmith's Forge. Do I think Toby's gonna die No Way Home? And my answer is if it happens, I'm gonna be pissed. You can't do my boy like that. Toby's my favorite. You can't do my boy like that. Um, I don't think he's gonna die. I hope not. I think that would be, really uncool. Really, really uncool of John Watts to do. Let's test it. Looks like everything's running well. Yep, sounds good. Video looks good. I think we all Gucci. Gucci. All right, cool. Yeah, like, I mean, really, like, if they decided to get rid of freaking, if they killed Tobey Maguire, that would just be the dumbest thing. The dumbest thing. But yeah, it's possible for Venom to be last member of Sinister Six. You know, Shunk, was that your name? Shunk. I think it's a possibility. And it's funny because I've like talked to the people who normally tell me stuff, and I'm like, "Who is it?" And they're like, "I don't know." I'm like, "How do you not know? Like, how do you not know who the last member is?" It seems kind of weird to me. I hope we get a connection to the MCU in a post-credit scene here. Hey, the Ozlog, thanks so much for the super chat. Good job of getting invited to Eternals premiere. Happy birthday to Jorge Segovia. Thank you, and happy birthday to Jorge. What if Cosmic Wonder was never born? None of you would be right here, right now. Who knows what else would be happening in your life, but we wouldn't be right here. Hello, I want to say Aiden, Blaze. Uh, oh no, I just lost your message. Something about DC content. I am going to be producing DC content. You know, it's funny. Like I started, I when I originally started off, I did like DC, Star Wars, everything, and the reason I stopped is because Warner Brothers made it very hard to post clips and trailers and just like one time they they hit me with the copyright for a plot leak that I didn't use any footage in. And I was just like, okay, like this is too much. Like I don't even know if it's legal to do that. Now, and I pretty much told them that and they let it go, but the point is they make it really hard. So, Infinity Shades, what's up? Coming in every week. Let's go. Look like you've been working out. Hey, appreciate that. I have trying to lose a little bit of weight. I used to be a bodybuilder, but then I got kind of hurt. So we're trying to get back in it now. Yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna stop doing Marvel content. Um, that's always gonna be pretty much a daily thing. But I am adding DC and I am adding Star Wars because I'm really tight with Disney now. So it would be like I got the Star Wars Visions interview with the producer and one of the VPs over at Lucasfilm. So I would like to think I'm gonna get more. Um, Disney keeps saying that I'm doing a decent job at interviews, so yeah. So it'd be foolish not to cover Star Wars. Plus, I love Star Wars. I love DC. I love movies in general. Actually, everybody, it's a little premature to announce this, but I am going to start making content on another channel. It's a personal channel of mine, and it's gonna be one. It's gonna have like vlogs from like premieres because I film everything. Um, so I'll film like what it's like red carpet, all that stuff. You know, anything I can film, I'll film, and then I'm gonna start doing reviews on movies, not just Marvel movies, but like all movies. And I'm gonna start doing like different style videos. And this is gonna be on a personal channel, and that channel is actually just called Cosmic Warren. And I started it a while ago actually, and then I kind of stopped because I got really busy. Let me see if I can bring it up here. I was doing like unboxings and stuff. Let's see. I was doing like unboxings and stuff. Here it is right here. So if you guys want to go subscribe to Cosmic Warren, you can. I'm gonna start producing other movie content, other movie content on there. I'll leave it up here for a little bit for whoever wants to see that. Yeah, it's gonna be different types of videos, and it's gonna be about other movies, right? And shows. Like I watched Squid Game because there was like a lot of hype about it, and I have thoughts on it. And I don't know who wants to hear them, but if people want to hear them, you can go subscribe. You can go subscribe to that channel. Yeah, I guess a link would be better. Yeah, I guess a link would be better. Let me get rid of this. I see some people talking about. Did you get to meet Feige? If so, what was he like? I'm going to Subcosmic War now. Hey, thank you, Infinity Shades. I have not met Feige yet. I have been so close to him. The problem, so here's the problem, like on the red carpet. Like I've met, like Shang-Chi, I met like half the cast. But then when like Simu Liu showed up, so like, let me explain how this works. So like on the red carpet, there's like, and this is why I want to do like the vlogs, right? So you can all see this. So like for Shang-Chi, the red carpet, there was like 3 different lanes. And there was one for like that they brought like random fans. Thank you for Sagan. I think that's it, right? You put it in the chat. So they brought like random fans, and they're like, "Stay here, you can't move," and like they just were kind of like on the red carpet, and then eventually like the cast would go up to them and like meet them. So Marvel specifically chose specific people, like fans out there, and they're like, "Hey, you can meet these people." And then there's another lane that's for people like me, where we're on the red carpet, we can take pictures, we can do all that stuff, but like we're not being like interviewed by like big press that's there. And then there's another lane where it's like just literally just the cast walks down, like nobody from nobody from like Disney, like internal stuff like that, blah 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 blah. It's like literally just the cast. So in the beginning, before like those two lanes divide, that's where I met like Destin Daniel Cretton. That's where I met like half the cast there, um, and almost called Simu Liu Shang-Chi, but you know Shang-Chi. I was like 2 foot away from him at one point, but his bodyguard, like that's the thing, like the bodyguards were like everywhere. So like I met Menger, I met Destin, I met Ronnie Chen, I met Soshi, who's going to be playing America Chavez in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, because they didn't have like a lot of security around them, but Simu Liu had security, so I couldn't like go talk to him because he was like everything was like blocked off. So JD Ultra, thanks for the super chat. Is the Watcher made a promise to the same people the Eternals promised to? So we'd like to see some Eternals this episode. It's not. I'm good. We Rick and Morty make an appearance. So, in the comics, the Watcher, he doesn't report to Celestials. He actually reports to other Watchers. In the comics, the Watchers are the oldest race in existence that's left in the universe. And basically, they say, like the Watchers as a group, like as a council, say you can't interfere. Now the Watcher does interfere in the comics, and he kind of gets kicked out of it, but then eventually gets like pulled back in. So I think that's kind of what it is. I think that's kind of what it is. And guys, if y'all spam, Mr. Anderson will like kick you out. He's not afraid. Just saying. Is the episode out? Let's look. Boy, yeah, boy, yeah, boy, you know you got the feels. Nope. I played Marvel Future Resolution a long time ago. Um, Chiffon. What is my favorite non-comic book film? Oh, that's such a hard thing to answer. A film that's like I've always really enjoyed and I thought was like so like no one knows about is a film called Meet Joe Black. It's with Brad Pitt, like a young Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins. Um, yeah, and Chase who know Meet Joe Black. Look at that. And Cole Bush. Look at that. I'm Tina asking Nelson. No, I don't think the Watchers are more powerful than the Celestials. Yeah, I don't know why it's lagging. Like it shouldn't be lagging. All my settings are right. I think maybe my internet might be having. Oh, you know what? It's windy. That might be affecting it. I live on top of a mountain. Like the neighborhood I live in is like really high up in a mountain. So sometimes we get a lot of wind. All right. All right. Cool. I can't pee. Can I confirm Andrew or Toby being Doctor Strange too? I can't. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, maybe it's just internet in general. Nope, haven't. Sorry, Gabs, haven't heard anything about Miss Marvel. So guys, there are bans and there are timeouts. If you spam, Mr. Anderson has all the power to do whatever he feels. So there you go. What am I Hey, Janth, what's up, man? How's it going? Um, what am I expecting? I'm expecting the Watcher to bring in all these different strong characters from the different universes. We're kind of going to get like a Guardians of the Universe type of thing. They will ultimately defeat Ultron. But here's the deal. And I'm going to talk about this probably not tomorrow, but probably the next day. There was a leaked photo and I don't know if it's real or not. I gotta do more. I've been flying like the past 2 days, so like the news for me has been like spotty because I've been having to play kind of catch up with everything. So, but there's a picture out there that looks like it's from Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness, and it shows Ultron bots. Plus, the direct reported Ultron bots in Multiverse of Madness. So I'm thinking like if that's true, which does seem to be true, maybe Ultron actually affects some of these other universes or the main MCU. Um, and that's what I would like to see happen in the post-credit scene. I would like to see like the Watcher go into the main MCU and like warn Doctor Strange and just be like, "We kind of took care of it, but there are remnants everywhere. Like there are Ultron bots and like a lot of stuff like that." So I'm curious how in this episode, I'm curious how they're gonna defeat him since he has all the Infinity Stones, and he can snap. He's made out of vibranium. Like, couldn't he just snap and his body would be okay? Um, uh, I'm curious as how that's gonna work. How are they gonna defeat him? Um, yo, bro. Uh, I just say Ultron actually. I haven't been calling him either of the two. I wanted to end. I wanted to end with Ultron or a remnant of Ultron getting away and going into the MCU. That's what I want. I think this is the Ultron we deserved, the Ultron we should have got, and maybe they see that, and maybe they're like, "Hey, we should bring Ultron back in Phase 4 and Phase 5." Blah 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 blah. Um, I think that would be really really cool. So if I'm hoping for anything, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for what if to kind of like resurrect Ultron, and then he comes back, and then the post credit scene I hope is the Watcher like talking to our Doctor Strange or something like that. I really think there's so much potential here for a post credit scene, and I don't want it to be about season two. I don't care about season two right now. Like, there's so much that's gonna happen before season two. I don't even care. Um, I want it to set up something epic because I think we have a good chance here. Hey, Bradley, what's up, man? Thanks for super chat, Bradley Jones. The Watcher's team won't be enough to stop Ultron. What if Kang shows up and he is the one to put Ultron to rest? Our Kang. That would be pretty cool. I don't know though. I don't know. I think the Watcher might have something up his sleeve. I mean, he is a cosmic being. They are, and they are very powerful. I mean, we saw him go toe to toe with Ultron. Kind of. He lost, but like, I think there's more power behind the Watcher. Um, and still, freaking that line that he drops, you cannot compute. What does he say? I can't remember what he said. You can't compute the strength of my will or something like that. I posted it. Let me see. It's on my Twitter. Because I love that line. That was like that gave me like chills line. Like it was freaking. That was crazy. It's right here. Hold on. You cannot compute the power of my will. Yeah, that was like crazy. Hey, Kidrick, man, what's up? Do I think Tony's death is an absolute point? No. Um, because it happened at different points in time, and I think, well, I guess I can't say that because Christine doesn't die in the main MCU, but in the other universe, that's an absolute point in time. So, no, I don't think. And I think you're referring to New Rock. Yeah, New Rockstars did a video on it today. I didn't watch it, but it struck me. Like the title struck me. I was like, huh, that's an interesting concept. But I don't think so. Did anybody watch that video? What did Eric Voss say? Or if it wasn't him, what did what did new Rockstars have to say about that? Is the episode out? I don't think so. But you know what? We can go ahead and check. Oh, hold on. Infinity Shade's coming back in. Thank you for that super chat. I super appreciate that. And they could defeat Ultron by DDoSing him or beat him on Xbox Live. This is basically the internet. Imagine a 9-year-old Fortnite player and getting danced on. Oh, man. You know what? They should do something like that because that would just be clever. Like, that would just be clever as hell. I think something clever like that would be really, really funny, but sadly, I think it's not gonna. I mean, it's obviously not gonna be that, right? But I'm just thinking about how many times I've been freaking killed by 9-year-old freaking Fortnite players. You know what I mean? Where it's just like I'm decent at Fortnite. Like I actually am decent at Fortnite. Like I can build really well. Blah 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 blah. Um, and I'm like I'll like run through people, and the next thing you know, it's like here comes like these buildy boys, and it's just like they don't even stop moving, and they destroy me, and it's just like it's crazy. Is Iron Man my favorite MCU hero? No, Thor is. Thor is my favorite MCU hero. Yeah, I haven't played Fortnite lately. I have been playing New World. I actually really like that game. Let's see how long I like it for. I haven't been playing that much video games lately. Also, I've been traveling a lot, and I'm also very tired. And I will be doing a breakdown of this. Don't you worry. I did a breakdown last time. Um, I know some people wanted the breakdowns. I know I didn't do a few breakdowns for What If. And to be honest, like I didn't like some of the episodes, so I didn't do breakdowns on them. To be perfectly honest, and some I didn't like, and I did do breakdowns on them. But like this for What If, like if something else came out, I reported that just because I felt like it was more important. If I felt that the if I felt like What If truly had a really, really big impact on the MCU all the way through, I would have, of course, did breakdowns every single time, but I didn't feel that way. Now I do. Now I think. Now I think some stuff's about to happen. I think I missed a super chat. Gina C. Nelson, what's up? Zombie, Wanda versus Ultron. I mean that'd be the strat right there, right? That would be super cool. I wonder if she because it's Vision, right? So it's like it's like would she go ham? Would she realize that like Ultron kind of took over Vision's body? Blah 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 blah. Okay, it's out. Oh, hold on. I gotta get this super chat. Do you know when What If Season 2 will come out? They haven't said anything yet. Angelo Ski, 2005. Thank you for that super chat. They unfortunately have not said anything at all. All right, guys. What if the Watcher broke his oath? And there's an awesome picture of Thor. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Mr. Anderson will have the time as always. And here we go. I'm just going to go through this recap at first, of course. Ooh, I forgot to do something. Oh, no. Come on, come on, come on. Dun, 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 dun. Save. Save. There we go. Here we go. 35 minutes long. Space. The final frontier. I'm just kidding. Every time, that's what I feel. Time. Space. It says Chadwick Boseman is in this one. We're getting him again. Oh, because Star-Lord's in it, right? Him as Star-Lord is in it. Oof. I mean I wasn't expecting this to be a long episode. They're all around 35 minutes. That's kind of what I was expecting. Actually, they were all around 30 minutes. I think this technically might be the longest episode. KSVS. I did watch and participate in the Galactus event. It was really cool. Also, if you like G Fuel, use code Cosmic. You get a discount. What if? All right, let's see just how it starts it off. Let's go. And I'll try to be Batroc. So this must be the same universe that we saw from the first one. Yeah, so it's literally just like reverse. Okay, no offense, but I don't want to I don't want to watch this right now. I love Captain Carter. She's awesome, but I want to see the multiverse stuff. Hurry up, watchers, show up. Is that supposed to be Batroc? It is, isn't it? Doesn't really look like him. Dude, she's a super soldier. And you're breakdancing. Hey! You have been chosen! That's dope! Oh! The Star Lord T'Challa. Dude, that is so dope. Ooh. Ooh, what's happening? Gamora. Tony, is he gonna die? Yeah, he is, Isaiah. Thanks for that super chat. Destroyer of Thanos. Wow. Oh, look, it's the same. It's the same universe. What? Eric Stevens. Wow. Oh, well, that kind of ended up being nothing, huh? Hello, party Thor, Odinson. Oh, look! Ultron bots. Yo, that got me. Yo, that got me. Interesting. What is happening? Hey! Of life as you know it. Oh, I forgot to show some of it. I always do that. Thor's got a beer. Multiverse. To save all of them. The Guardians of the Multiverse! That is dope! My Lady Jane needs me. Look at that. They're like in a void between all the universes. Dang, look at that. Ultra. He's a cosmic being now. Okay. Of course, you have to separate the body from the stones. They're all eating Chinese food. After you get the stones, you destroy them. Oh. The Infinity Crusher. Just. I picked him. That's so funny. Get the stones. Get it to Gamora. Can y'all hear my cat right now? Stop meowing. I love freaking. Good luck, and here we go. Interesting. Carefully. Oh, Captain America and my universe. Can you show her that site? What is this? Killmonger's messing with Ultron. Head. They don't trust him. Thor, I trust everybody. Hey! Doctor Strange is not very good at toast. To the Guardians of the Multiverse. That's freaking dope. So Thor's doing something. Thor just sent out some lightning. Oh! Wow, he found him super fast. I excel at attracting unwanted attention. What is happening? Oh, there he is. That's pretty dope. A non-compliant spell. Oh! That's pretty sick. Protection spell. That's epic. Watcher. Okay, so the Watcher's just like in the background. I know how to deal with this guy. Viva Las Vegas. Ah, that's dope. Ultron's gonna do some. Is he just gonna kill him right away? No. Okay, good. I haven't heard that battle cry before. What? What is the Watcher doing right now? Ooh. It won't last long. Oh, that's so cool! Look at all the hammers! Oh, that's so cool! Dang. She's worthy! Or maybe not. No, she just grabbed onto it when he was recalling it. Dang. Dude, that's pretty cool. There's like a ton of hammers. T'Challa's. Oh, he got it! He got one of the stones. Dude, that's dope. Dude, you stole my soul stone. He's pissed. Oh, zombies! Wow, that's a lot of zombies. Oh, oh, oh! Is it her? Is she coming? Is she here? Come on, zombie Wanda. There it is. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Ooh, that's different. Ooh. Oh, what the frick? Okay, so she's in a different universe. Okay, they're in different universes now. Sweet. Alright, destroy the stone. Destroy it! What the hell? Oh, Black Widow. She's Natasha. No worries, Caleb. Welcome. So Black Widow is the only person alive in this universe. And now she has company. Ultron's there. You wasted too much time. Oh, Thor knocked his arm off. It was that easy? Huh. Killmonger got the stone. That's not going to be good. Killmonger. Oh, no, it's on the floor. Maybe Killmonger will redeem himself somehow. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, dang. I can destroy galaxies with a thought. Why won't you die? Did he just eat the stone? Wait, did Doctor Strange just eat the stone? Even Ultron said what? No, the stone's still on the ground. He ate all of his blasts. Red Guardian shield. Oh, double shield action. That's hilarious. Oh, snap. That's cool. Come on, guys. Are you serious? He's just getting drilled by these shields. Alright, he's going to be pissed and something's going to happen. Oh, they're actually getting him. They're getting him. Somebody just, oh, why don't, stop trying to get this, oh, did Ultron get it? Nope. No, did she slice him in half? Oh, is he using the time stone to rewind time? What is happening? Oh, he got it. Oh, he got it. Where's the Watcher? Like, oh, he has a time stone too. So he's kind of immune. Where's the Watcher? Oh, that's freaking dope. Just let it out, Strange. Let out Shumagorath. Just let it out. That's pretty crazy. Oh! Let it out, Strange. Vacant. Oh, snap. Oh. Oh, snap. Is this thing gonna... No way. Is he done, though? Oh, it's taking them. Whoa. It took them. Ooh. T'Challa doesn't. Look at that. Guardians of the Multiverse, baby. But why would the stones be different? He has all of them now. Brace yourselves for what? You're. I mean, the Watcher has to come in and fight now. Yo. It's you. If I destroy you, you all fall. Dang. He figured it out. Get him, Strange. Dude, where's the Watcher? Their shields are breaking. Dang. Their shields are down. Ooh, a bike though. Oh, and a oh the AI Zola. Ha! Get him, Strange. Ooh, come on, Widow. Come on. Oh, Strange is running out of fuel. Widow's got the bow. That's a pretty dope shot. I'm so confused as to what Peggy Carter's doing. Ooh, the spells are. Oh, right in the eye. Okay. The omniscient cosmic entity Ultron wasn't aware that that was about to happen. He yanked it out. Oh, he's in it! Look, he's in it! He's in Ultron. This body's occupied. Ooh. They're fighting inside. That's so cool. My objective is to end you. Dang. Oh. Was that really that simple? Was it. Was that just it? So, but is Zola gonna take over now, or how? How is Killmonger doing this? Killmonger's like taking the vibranium from him, and oh great, so now Killmonger is gonna be the freaking bad guy. But he doesn't have all of them. Strange ain't having it. But he doesn't have all the stones. There's he only has 5. Or did he have 6? Oh! Zola. Oh, it's still in his head. There we go. But how is he doing this? I don't understand. How is Killmonger just like magically taking vibranium? And where's the Watcher? We were never meant to win. Separate the stones from the body. So, oh, did he just turn them to stone? Oh, he's putting them in a universe. And there's the Watcher. Interesting. I really want to know how Killmonger could just magically take the vibranium. I mean, I know he's from Wakanda and all, but like, you don't have magical vibranium powers. Shh. That's what that sh. Shh. Your sacrifice. If that pocket dimension cracks, if they escape. Dang. Look at that. The entire multiverse owes you a debt of gratitude. Once you walk through that door, you will return to in the exact moment you left. So they're never gonna know. Aw, Steven. So they're never gonna know. You'd rather return to another time. Dang. She can't go back. But where does Black Widow go? Because her world is where Ultron came from. Everybody died but her. He's dead now. And then there was one. I won't go back there. Dang. I can't fix your world. That door was a metaphor, anyways. Oh! What the hell's happening here? Hey, it's Steve Rogers fighting Captain Marvel with the Loki on a world that lost their widow. That's cool. There's Fury. Dang. Oh! That's pretty cool. No way. Dude, that's dope. Look at that. Hey! I am the Watcher. The multiverse, every world, every story is my home, including the live action. So show me a live action post credit scene. Okay, here we go. I'm looking for the post credit scene, and I do I okay. We kind of have one, I think, maybe. Okay, found what the pirates were after. You might want to brace yourself. Steve's old suit. Okay. The Hydra Stomper. There's someone inside. Boo! Who cares? That was a dumb post-credit scene. So it was literally just Peggy going back. Oh, come on. That's really disappointing. That's really disappointing post-credit scene. Hello. I don't hear you or see you. Now I see you. But I don't hear you. Can't hear you. Why are you mute? Can you hear me? Alright, trying to get Chris up in here. Let's go to audio settings. Output device. Hello.
Hello?
There we did it.
Hey, that's me right there.
Maybe. That was a dumb post-credit scene.
Yeah, the post-credit scene was disappointing
That
as
was
hell.
horrible. I don't care about What If Season 2.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. I mean, there was so much more they could be doing with that. So I guess no immediate connection to the MCU, which is a shame because that door was there.
There's so much they could have done.
Oh, for sure, Zeus. Let me pull your stream up real quick.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
your thumbnail's popping, Warren.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
That.
I went with the What If logo.
Oh, you switched it up then from every other one you did, huh?
Nope.
Okay.
You can hear Warren. Awesome. We're here. Let's chat.
Cool
Because
finale.
that was a major disappointment.
It's the opposite of Venom.
It is the opposite of Venom. There's substance in the show and nothing in the post-credit scene.
Okay, Isaiah Richardson here loves the post-credit scene. Now we have Steve Rogers and Natasha Beck. I get how and why Disney settled with ScarJo. Hope I mean, I get it. If it is canon, it is exciting. But
Here's my issue with the multiverse.
Well, time out.
And this is going to be true. Go ahead.
Well, so canon to a multiverse means almost nothing. In all honesty,
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Like,
the multiverse means
a lot.
Not everything.
Yeah.
But a lot. It just doesn't matter. What universe is this? Universe 9,597.
Right.
Where Captain.
That's the problem. It's only one universe. Nothing. Right. Yeah. Hey, Frage Firefly, Viva Las Vegas. Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard.
Viva Las Vegas!
I laughed so hard when the Watcher was trying to get Thor's attention, then he picked him up and Thor screamed. I laughed so hard, and I'm laughing thinking about it.
Great. That Thor was a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry Isaiah, I appreciate the super chat. I see you say good point there. I wasn't trying to like crap on like your excitement or anything, but it's how it is. The multiverse is kind of like to us, the only thing that matters is the sacred timeline, which everything branches from. So maybe one day if they cut all the branches and there's some remnants of those branches back, then we could see it, right? You know what I mean? So like.
And that's why we were all desperately waiting for a connection to the
right? Because
to the MCU, and it didn't come. Which doesn't mean it won't or it can't. The Watcher could still show up at any time and be like, "Hey, here's some knowledge." But it does, and that is always and always will be the issue with the multiverse. Is it just doesn't really mean anything unless it does tie into the storyline we've been watching for the last 20 years.
And that was my whole problem with this series. I could get past that it's animated. I could get past it being animated if it meant something. And like it
Right.
means something to me as somebody who loves Marvel content. So I'm not saying like, oh, it didn't mean something to the people. It didn't mean anything to our universe. Now,
Right.
what I hope happens is because it was very clear that there were Ultron bots in other universes. Thor was fighting some. And,
Right.
and that's not the universe that Apocalypse Black Widow was in.
No.
And there was a ton in that universe. So hoping I'm hoping that there are remnants in Multiverse of Madness because we did get that leaked photo of Ultron bots that is supposedly concept art for Multiverse of Madness. So I'm hoping there are remnants of that. I'm hoping that's what's up.
Hmm. Well,
Uh,
that was what I was hoping the post-credit scene would be, was
right, me too.
a live action
Right.
Watcher meeting up with Doctor
Oh yeah,
Strange
that's what
from
we
our universe.
yeah, that's what we were all talking about in the beginning. Like that seemed to be the consensus of everybody. Like we want the Watcher live action.
That would have
Catboy
been the
two
most
three
exciting.
four. It is the post credit scene was touching. I just wish it was our main universe. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it.
Killmonger thinking he did something, then straight up lost. That's funny. He's like, "We gonna do everything. We gonna change everything."
Okay, time out. Cause I was so confused, and I still am. How did Killmonger get magical vibranium powers?
Don't know.
Right?
Killmonger. Killmonger is just always got to be this weird.
This made me hate Killmonger.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the same Killmonger from the episode, right?
Yeah, it's from the one where he killed
Right.
everybody
Well,
and we hate him.
I guess the whole point was they needed him to be the trophy holding Zola back. So I guess he got
The
his
trophy.
purpose. Well, that's what he is, right? He's sitting there and
Essentially.
reminds me of the orbs from like Smash Bros. Is what he's sitting in.
That's funny.
And
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
And he's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
sitting in it now with
That's
all of his stuff.
funny. That's funny.
But
Oh
I don't
man.
know. Do you think there's anything there with Doctor Strange sitting there? I don't know. When I saw his last little smile, I'm like, he's gonna get bored of sitting there eventually and break him out and try to fix all the worlds.
But but then how does he get out of the one that he's trapped in? Well, I guess with the stones.
Right, because then they'd have all the stones and they could do whatever they want. That's a lot of responsibility to give to somebody who has literally nothing else going for him.
But
That's all.
but I can't remember if this was like real or it's something that fans made up. Do the stones only work in their respective universes?
No.
I didn't
I
think so.
think that's something that happened in the comics and people kept saying it was real, but it's never been the case
Right. They
in
didn't
the
like
MC.
say that in Loki.
No, they didn't say that in Loki. They didn't work outside of the universes,
Outside of a universe,
which
right.
is where the TVA was, so they were relevant there. But nobody's ever said that they didn't work in the and they didn't work in the comics that way. So everybody assumed that that was the case, but it doesn't seem to have been the case because the assumption is they went and got the stones from different universes in order to find Thanos and Endgame.
I don't I don't so here's a problem for me, I think. I think this is very conflicting with What If or with Loki.
Conflicting with Loki, how?
TVA like
Controlling everything.
yeah, like
Well, I think that this happens because of Loki. The events of What If are possible because the TVA is no longer watching over everything.
I don't know.
That's the way I was
I would
appreciating
argue.
it.
I mean, that's how I
Because I
thought it
agree, it
too.
wouldn't make sense otherwise. Like,
I
where is the
started
TVA the whole
off
time?
thinking that way, but I'm also arguing that Ultron was powerful enough to defeat the TVA. Like, because if the TVA shows up to get Ultron, they're dead. You're not going to go prune Ultron. You're not going to get the chance to do that. He's going to kill you if you go after him. Because the TVA is not going to have protective Doctor Strange charms. I mean, so that's like, I don't think they could have stopped Ultron if they tried. They would have needed the Watcher and the Guardians of the Multiverse, which, by the way, was pretty dang cool.
But if the TVA were involved, that entire multiverse where Ultron won would never have existed to begin with. Right? So that
I
entire
guess so.
branch and all of the branches we've been watching all would have been shut down the second they were about to happen
This guy made
because
a good point. and I guess that's why Loki's before it, right? But it's fire. Thanks for super chat. Says in a new phase of the MCU where the multiverse is a huge part. This was the only series about the multiverse that has no part. The only series about the multiverse has no part. I mean, yeah, no, I agree with you, Chris. I definitely think it's possible because of Loki. I just no, no, because the Watcher watches over the multiverse.
I don't know. I just feel like the whole point of the TVA was to make it so that there only was one existing timeline. And the fact that in What If we jumped over, 6, 7, 8 different timelines is showing that the TVA isn't shutting down those timelines because the TVA is crumbled into chaos because of Loki's.
But the
So if the TVA
multiverse.
existed, all of those different universes wouldn't exist at all. Because whatever the Nexus event was that created the universe, not necessarily the episodes, would have been shut down before by the TVA.
Well, then you have
Good
to
night, Snapped
consider
Away. Thanks for joining.
but then you have to consider the Watcher watches over the multiverse. So when did he get that role? The Watcher is the oldest beings in time.
Well, he the whole time had to just watch. So whatever the TVA is doing and everything, he's just watching it. So he watched the TVA fall apart, and as the multiverses started to be created immediately, um, he's watching all of that too, I guess. So he's been here the whole time.
Woodon, thanks for super chat. Ultron is so powerful, but he lost from a virus. He did. He did. Which
Was
I'm
a little
like,
odd.
well, no,
A little odd.
I'm glad because I'm like, how do you lose with all the Infinity Stones?
They
Right.
didn't do a bad job. The fighting was
No, I
insane. It
thought
was
it
fun to
was really
watch.
good. I actually really enjoyed the episode. I didn't enjoy the post credit.
No, post credit.
ZX Zero, thanks for super chat. Honestly, the series was worst by far. Yeah, it's definitely my least favorite series so far. WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, they're all above it for me. Rose Rose. The stones didn't work in a DC comic when Darkseid had them. P.S. Killmonger hacked the AI head of Ultron to manipulate vibranium and the stones. Thank you for answering that. That makes more sense. Thank you. Jeez. That was bugging me. Because I was like, the heck, he has magical vibranium powers? I mean, I know he's from Wakanda and all, but I don't think that gives him magic powers. In a DC comic when Darkseid had them, I vaguely remember that crossover. So then people took that and they were like, "Oh, the stones don't work out of their respective
Well,
universes."
yeah,
But that
there were a
never.
few.
I heard a
There
lot
were.
about that, and I kept going like, "Where are y'all hearing this from?" Because I thought people were saying like it was mentioned in Loki or something like that, and I was like, I don't remember
Mm-mm.
that at all.
It's all over the comics. There are a few different comic storylines where the stones only work in their own timelines. So people just assumed that that was the case, but it's never been the case in the MCU ever.
Thank you, Rose, for that. You answered that question. I appreciate that because that was bugging me. He hacked the thing. Yeah, that makes sense. So I think there's some Ultron bots left somewhere,
So,
and
and that's the big question because that's what Ultron does, right? Ultron can jump his consciousness anywhere across. Apparently, in this one, the entire multiverse he's living in. They're fighting Thor. So that's the big question. And the second question is, does the possible continuation of Ultron lead into the MCU or just season 2 of What If?
season 2 of What If.
Because nothing that What If has done, other than maybe teasing the possibility of it, it has connected to the MCU yet. The
Yeah,
main
I
MCU
I mean we
timeline.
have the big I'm just gonna call it rumor because I don't think it's confirmed, obviously, because it's like a rumor
Right. It's possible
that
somebody saw
Peggy
What If and
Carter.
said,
Right. Well, no, it was before What If that Peggy Carter was going to go into Multiverse of Madness.
"Oh, right."
Um, and like the producer Brad Winderbaum was like, yeah, it is canon to the MCU, and that's what we talked about though. It's like, yeah, but it kind of doesn't mean anything with the multiverse, right? Now, if you told me it was canon to the main MCU timeline, I'd be like, oh. But the problem is MCU is now a multiverse with universes that don't really matter at all. Rose Rose, thank you for that super chat again. Yes, Tony survived, so I don't think his death is an absolute point, unless later on that universe he does die. Hey, what's up, Jack? Yeah, I gotta have him chat soon. Hope all is well. Same to you, brother. Multiverse has always been there. Kang made a sacred timeline for his universe. They confirmed this in Doctor Strange. What are your thoughts? I'm gonna have to rewatch that then, because that would make more sense to me. I was actually thinking that. I was like, well, what if a sacred timeline exists within its own universe, and then there are other universes outside of that? Because I'm like wondering, are timelines and universes different now? You know what I mean? Because there is a
I don't.
possibility that that is actually how it is.
It's
It's
complicated, and
very tricky wordplay, but that's how it could be.
I hope that they do get a wrangle around the idea of the multiverse and that it's explained not necessarily better, but more clearly in Multiverse of Madness. Because if this is going to be the norm moving forward, is oh hey look we have multiverses and secret wars and stuff.
Hmm.
I think the MCU has a standard it has to live up to, where it is a very comprehensible motion.
Well, they're smart. They're not gonna.
No, 100%, and I
Yeah.
trust them. But
Right.
where I'm sitting right now, I feel like the multiverse is up for debate
Well, and
as to what
that's
it represents and what it stands for. And I don't think Marvel should dabble in letting us argue about what it is, whereas they should just define this is what it is.
they will
And
in
it hasn't
Multiverse
been
of
defined
Madness.
yet.
They will.
I hope they do.
They haven't told us on purpose,
Right.
and
And I don't
they're waiting
think they're
for
gonna
that film.
fail, but it's
No,
just
but it's gonna
nervous.
get
It's
even.
nerving.
It's gonna get even more in No Way Home. Right?
Hmm.
They're not gonna fully answer it. They're gonna give us a little bit more of a hint, but Multiverse of Madness is when they really bring it out. Park Avenue, thanks for that super chat. I feel like the writers kind of rushed the ending. Um, I didn't mind I didn't mind the episode. I actually really liked the episode. The post credit, I've seen people like it, and that's great. I'm glad y'all like it. I feel like it could have been more. Um, but as far as like an ending, I kind of liked it. But if you didn't like it so much, I'm sorry. Isaiah Richardson Jr. another super chat. What up? Thought in Loki, he remained said he was tired and simply stopped watching the multiverse to give it up to Loki and Sylvie. That's an explanation. That could be, but the problem with that is the TVA or the people who really monitored it. He was kind of writing it, from my understanding. He like wrote the future. He like wrote the future, and then they reached the point to where he hadn't been past before, so he didn't know the future because he didn't write it. Mr. Spooky Spare, thanks so much for that super chat. Yeah, Zombie Thanos didn't show up, but Zombie Wanda did.
Zombie Wanda did.
Yeah,
Oh,
see, it's fire. Thanks for super chat. I think each universe has its timeline. In our universe, the TVA basically controlled it. Also, where did this Gamora come from? Apparently, it came from a timeline where she actually killed her father and teamed up with that really crazy cool Tony Stark, who still wanted to put bots around the universe.
and
Uh,
didn't die.
and didn't die. That we saw at
Yeah,
least. Yeah, right, exactly. That we saw at least. Um,
maybe that was the episode we didn't see.
no. The episode we didn't see was supposed to be a comedic episode.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, and we will see it in season 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they confirmed that. So yeah, Richard Gregory, freaking Doctor Strange, freaking was so cool, and I'm hoping we see
Doctor
something
Strange was
like that
a baddie.
in Multiverse of Madness. Like holy, like that was cool. Mephisto confirmed.
I think I think I'm very curious to see, and it's kind of like this big wall. What happens post Multiverse of Madness? Like, what direction is Multiverse of Madness trying to bring us into? Does it end with Doctor Strange kind of having a handle on the multiverse? Does the multiverse just completely explode?
Well,
And that's really going to determine, the next few years of the MCU. And I don't know that we really know what's going to be happening there, and we won't until the movie comes out.
yeah, because you also have to keep in mind that you have America Chavez coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and she can open portals. So, like to other universes. So,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna get bigger. I don't think. I don't think the. I don't think like because the TVA is like still there, right? Like at the end of Loki, it's like different. We don't know what that's about either, right? But
No,
but I don't think they're
we're
coming
missing a
in
lot of answers.
right. I don't think they're coming in anytime soon and shutting down branch timelines. I'm actually
No,
now
so there's
leaning.
multiple TVAs and different multiverses, or is
I
there
think
still just the
so.
one?
I'm actually thinking now that universes are different than branch timelines.
Because if that's a possibility, I suppose. But if the
Because it makes
TVA exists
sense.
outside of time and outside of a universe, where would the different TVA exist? So it's definitely starting to get very
Well, it
complicated.
doesn't. They don't necessarily exist outside of a universe. They exist out of a timeline, which I guess is the same thing. But not
Which
if you're.
could be the same thing, but we don't know. They haven't
Right.
explained it.
But you can say they're different, right? You can come out and say, oh, time is different than universe.
Oh,
Time
you could, and
time
that's the
exists
problem I'm
within a
having.
universe and
That's the
multiple
problem is it's been
timelines.
left so arbitrary and open, which, like you said, might be by design so that they
I think
can
it's by
really
design.
go in for multiverse of madness and nail it down and explain how it works.
Yeah.
But I really hope they do, because if they don't, I just think it doesn't come off. I don't want them to use the multiverse as an excuse to just do whatever they want all the time.
Well, and
And I have faith
that's a
in Marvel. I
problem
don't
too.
think they don't know what they're doing. But as it currently stands, seems just like a scapegoat. Like, oh, the multiverse explained it. And I don't want that to be the case. I want them to define the multiverse for us.
Yeah. Joaquin Fernandez, my theory about the multiverse of madness is it's going to bring in some stuff to the MCU,
I know it.
like Venom, X Men, Sonyverse, kind of like how CW did with its Crisis. Yeah, um, I think that's going to be the major staple of multiverse of madness as well. And thank you for that super chat. But I do agree with what you said, Chris. I don't think we're in that much danger of that though, because I think we stick to the sacred timeline, and because if something affects the sacred timeline, like that affects it, right?
Right.
Who cares about the other timelines? Like
Oh,
they
exactly.
might
And
kind
that's
of
where we're
care,
at.
right? But like when you have Doctor Strange, he's gonna be like, oh, the multiverse, but but I still live in this timeline. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it gets to the
so
point though when they start pulling characters out of different universes and bringing them to the main MCU. You know,
well,
that affects something. If Haley Atwell all of a sudden just shows up in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness from What If, not saying that's going to happen, but if that were the case, oh, here's this character, enjoy. I just feel like it's just here. It's just,
I
and I don't
well,
personally. Others might. I don't personally like that.
I think there's going to be if I were Marvel, I would have
You
I
are Marvel Warren.
oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna do this. I would have it to where if you intermingle people with your camera died or something.
It's plugged in.
I would make it to where if you intermingle people from universes, there are major repercussions for
Oh, there has to
for
be,
the
right?
stability of the multiverse. You know what I mean? So like that's how you keep it from getting out of hand. You establish a rule that's like we can't just take people from this universe, and maybe they'll do it in Spider-Man: No Way Home, right? With the other Spider-Man, they're like, oh, they have to go back because if they're here for too long, the stability of the entire multiverse will fracture because they're not supposed to exist here.
Mm-hmm.
I would do something like that, and that would keep it from. Well,
From
hey,
bleeding over and just
let's
being a
just.
mess, which is
But
what
at
this
the
is.
same time, bring in the X Men. like,
Well, that's the thing is, are they gonna do something? And that's the thing. I need a defined rule. Is it gonna be, oh look, here are these X-Men from a different universe, but if Haley comes over, it's gonna have this crippling effect, and it's gonna be up and down. And I need an established law, which, like you said, and I personally agree and believe it will be established. I just don't like that it hasn't been yet.
right. So, okay,
Um,
I have a question. Oh, go ahead. You have
I
super
just had a
chat.
super chat from
Yep.
Jake saying Marvel hasn't been knowing what they're doing since Endgame. Creators and higher ups have not been solid on time travel thing. Maybe a mess? Question mark. No, and I am posing that question, Jake. But I will stand with in Marvel I trust. I do believe, and I'm sure Warren also agrees that they do have a plan. I think it just we're kind of being kept in the dark, and it's because of people like Warren who just spoil everything. No, I'm just kidding. Um,
Oh no.
but I think there is a master plan, and you have to remember, Phase 4 is a building phase. It really is. Like this isn't, oh, let's jump into the next end game.
Bye,
We're
Keel.
years away from something like that. So they're going
Yeah.
to explain, and it's going to happen. I'm just personally, from where we're sitting, concerned, and I don't think we really have a reason to be. What do you think, Warren?
I'm not concerned. I think I don't care about what producers and the writers and all blah 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 blah. I don't really care if they can't get it together. I have trust in Feige.
Feige's there.
Yeah.
Feige knows what's
Feige
up.
oversees everything. He's an executive producer in every single thing. He's the president of Marvel Studios, the CCO of Marvel in its entirety.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a really I love this thought, Rose, and thank you for the super chat. Doctor Supreme Strange is now a mini watcher of a pocket universe. Reed Richards' son makes those. Nathaniel Richards, he makes those. Teehee. And Agatha Harkness takes care of him in the comics. Do you think the Watcher will pay for his interference? I do think he'll pay. He pays for it in the comics. They kick him out of their council, but he gets brought back in eventually at some point in time. I think Multiverse of Madness will show us the repercussions of the Watcher interfering. At least that's what I hope, especially since they do say this is canon to the MCU. And if you're gonna say that, it better actually mean something. It's like, oh yeah, it's canon. Like one of these very very far off universes, it happened. Like cool, no big, that doesn't matter. If it's
Mm-hmm.
canon, bring the Watcher. And I asked Jeffrey Wright. I personally asked Jeffrey Wright in the press conference, "Are we gonna see him?" And he didn't say no. He teased me.
Right.
His final words to me were, "I'll answer that with what if." I'm like, well, that's what I'm asking you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
um, but I really do love that. I really love the Nathaniel Richards theory there, and my problem with Nathaniel Richards is they're gonna have to nerf him so much because he's just so freaking. He's an Omega level mutant. He makes Galactus his puppet. Galactus dies and he brings him back to life, and he kills Celestials, and he's like one of the strongest characters ever. So it's like the Infinity Gauntlet, right? In the Infinity Gauntlet comic, Thanos didn't have to close his hand to use the gauntlet, right? He just kind of did it. So in the MCU, that was they had to do that to nerf it. He had to close his hand to be able to use the power of the stones. That's why you get that little brief moment where Doctor Strange says, "Don't let him close his fist," so he can't use the power of the gauntlet. But in the comics, he just uses it over and over and over again, and he snaps everybody away, and he doesn't get hurt at all, right? So Nathaniel Richards is going to have to be nerfed hardcore. But I like that connection that you made there, Rose. Thank you for that. Guys, rate the episode. Let's go. 1 out of 10 in the chat. I want to see it. I want to see what everybody thinks. I
I've
feel
been
like
seeing some pretty low numbers
I
so
feel like
far,
I
like
yeah I feel like
five.
I feel like there's mixed feelings about this one.
Definitely.
Throw so
But I think that's because we had that expectation of the connection to the MCU, which just isn't there yet.
oh, expectations,
Ruin everything.
don't they ruin everything? And I'm part of the problem, aren't I? We are part of the problem. Lot of mixed numbers.
Okay, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's see. 9, 8, 6, 8, 5, 2, 8, 7, 7, 10,
Two,
9, 8, 7, 10, 4,
four.
9, 7, 8, 8,
Are you reading
7.
yours or mine?
I'm reading yours. I'm gonna give you an average from all those numbers of
Like 6.
6.5.
Yeah,
I think is the
6.5
average we're
sounds
getting
good.
here.
That's a 2 right there. Dong.
Yeah, we got some twos, some
That's a
ones, some
1.
few nines. Probably 6.5 or 7 is the
7.
average that
Yeah.
we're sitting here.
I think 7 is probably the
I've
average.
got 10, 8, and 5. They're a lot happier on my side of the stream.
Dang.
Negative 100 out of 10. That's gonna throw off the average. Um,
Ah. We'll call that an outlier,
I think it's
and we won't
6.5,
count it.
6.57 average. I
Loki
just need a
versus What
direction.
If?
I've
Oh,
got nothing from this series on Disney Plus. Seems all over the place, confused between people. Have they gone beyond their reach? No, I think they're just planting seeds.
they're
I
planting
think
seeds,
they're
and
planting seeds, and it's just difficult for us because it's not as simple as the good old days, and that's kind of crazy to think about. No, we have good old days in Marvel where it really was just a guy in a cave making an Iron Man outfit, and we're just not there anymore. We've
Well,
gone to new reaches.
and here's so I figured it out. I figured out what Marvel's doing,
You heard
and
it here first,
you're
guys.
hearing it here first. This is what I believe Marvel's doing. I think the I think the where we're gonna get answers for stuff like this is in movies. I think
Right.
because they're not decreasing the amount of movies they're doing, they're just adding Disney
They're
Plus things.
increasing.
They're increasing the movies by like one a year, and they're adding a lot of Disney Plus shows in between, like 4 a year.
So many tens on my
That's a
list.
lot. That's a lot. And I think you're gonna get little tiny things from these series,
Hmm.
and then where we get our answers to them, and when they address them, is in the movies.
They're gonna back up and show us the whole thing.
Right. So like Loki, uh, we're gonna find out answers in Multiverse of Madness, right? Um, Falcon and Winter Soldier, we're gonna get stuff in Captain America 4, right?
Hmm.
WandaVision, that's gonna be Multiverse of Madness, right? So we're getting a lot of, I don't want to call it filler content, but that is almost what it is. But it is important. They're gonna introduce new characters,
Hmm.
right? They're gonna give them their stories. What the series allow is time with very specific characters, time to set something up and set people up to happen in the movies. So keep in mind, Marvel's not changing the importance of the movies. I just think that the shows, although definitely important, might not be as vital as series themselves to the overall
As they
arc
are
of the
filler
MCU.
connectings. Yeah.
I think in each series we're gonna get things that do matter, but they're not gonna be crazy, 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 crazy until we address it in the movies. I think that's what I think. Yeah, setup not filler is a good way to think about that. Like I said, filler's not the right word. Setup's a good word.
Hmm.
Um, and like I said, the importance of the show is it gives time to develop characters, to explore different story arcs that you can't take the time out in a movie. I personally have really enjoyed all the Disney Plus shows. This is my least favorite so far, but it's still a fun time. But holy crap, did I love Loki? Holy crap, did I love WandaVision? And Falcon and Winter Soldier was fantastic as well. Like I've really enjoyed them. Like really have enjoyed them. I think it's
Hmm.
great that they're adding all these stuff. I still think that they set up things that will only be addressed in movies.
I think, agreeing with pretty much everything you're saying here, that they're approaching Phase 4 and the new era, of the MCU, whatever we want to call this. It's not the Infinity Saga anymore, with a different approach as well, and using the Disney Plus series to do that. In the Phase 1, it was really straightforward and stand up. It was, here's Iron Man, here's Captain America, here's
Right.
Thor. They have individual movies and they're going to connect. And I feel like there is this behavior that we expect from Marvel as fans, that everything connects, everything has these cool little post trailers and hidden Easter eggs, and they haven't quite given that to us in this, where we haven't seen the repercussions of WandaVision yet with White Vision and her
I
becoming the
keep
Scarlet
forgetting about
Witch.
White
That
Vision
happened, and then they've left it. They've gone off to something completely different with Loki.
because
So we're
because think about
really
it, no
spread
movies
out.
yet.
No, exactly,
Uh,
right? So we're, as a fan base, extremely spread out, with Falcon, Loki, and Wanda having zero actual connection to each other yet.
right.
No hidden Easter egg or post-credit scene in Loki where Loki goes to the Scarlet Witch and says, "We need your help," or which is very classic Phase 1 and Phase 2 MCU, and that's kind of what we as fans to this gigantic conglomerate are conditioned to. So we're feeling like, oh no, Marvel's falling apart, and it's not the case. They have a different approach because they've gotten bigger, they've gotten more widespread. We have cosmic entities, we have earthly bound
That's
entities, we
me.
have
Cosmic entity.
all of these different things happening, and they will connect eventually, years and years down the road. But right now we're just so far out, the individual pieces aren't even near to the same page, and it
Hmm.
is difficult. And you've nailed it on the head with the movies. The post-credit scenes from the movies, the little details and intimate moments from the movies are going to be the real bridges
Yep.
for all of that.
Yep. Real quick, Rosie, thank you so much. She said I'm gonna miss these live watch parties. I say 10 out of 10 because you make it way more fun. Thanks, man. Love you and Chris and Neo and
Hey,
everybody. I don't know who Neo is.
Neo is Mr. Anderson.
Oh, yes.
Mr.
And we
Anderson.
love you. Oh, I get it, Mr. Anderson. Got it. Okay. Thank you, Rosie, so much. Thanks for all the super chats tonight. I really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Rosie.
Hope to see you next time. Hari Jiffer Prasanth, which universe did Watcher took Nat? One that the one from episode 3 where the Avengers died. They lost the Hulk, Natasha, Iron Man,
Iron Man.
Clint, and Thor. And then Steve was there, and Captain Marvel was called, and Loki tried to take over the world, but he failed. So that was pretty cool. I just wish like it meant something.
And that brings us back to the original, issue is it doesn't really until the multiverse is defined for
Yeah.
us.
So I have a
And
oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, and I hope we get, the Secret Wars, and we can see some of these characters meeting again, and that would give it relevance. If
Yeah.
3 years from now it is Secret Wars time, and we have God Emperor Doom there, and
Yeah.
now all of these
Oh
characters, and it'd be
gosh.
really cool
So many
if these
characters.
characters from What If do actually end up making an appearance in Secret Wars, and they recognize each other.
Right.
And it's like, hey, I know you from that fight with Ultron. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool for them to do, and that's something Marvel is capable of and
Well,
definitely could do.
well, they don't remember. Remember? They don't
I
remember.
imagine they remember.
No.
You don't think? I didn't get that they didn't remember.
That's
It's
what
just
I
that nobody
thought.
would know. I got nobody would know what happened. But I think they would remember.
Well, because he's like, you're gonna be returned to the exact same place at the exact same time.
Yeah, they went back to where they were. I feel like they get to remember what happened, though.
Maybe I hope so, because that'd be dumb.
I took away that they remember, just nobody else is gonna know, because how could they?
Right. All right. So, question. I was actually thinking about this yesterday, today. Um, I didn't personally like Venom: Let There Be Carnage. I like Andy Serkis. I like Tom Hardy as Venom. I I would like to see more Venom, but I didn't like Venom: Let There Be Carnage, and I had the thought that they should reboot it, but then I thought they can't because it's connected to so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, did Marvel screw that up for movies, like comic book movies? Because like we expect everything to be connected now. So if Marvel wanted to go back and reboot something, they can't.
Not
Because
without using the cop out of, oh, it's just different multiverse, which is
but you
lame.
can't do that. Right, they can't do that. You can't Marvel Studios can't make an MCU film that's one off because it'll just be so weird.
And nobody will like it.
And no
We've
one will
been
like
spoiled.
it, but everyone will think it's in the same universe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They 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 can't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you could now with the multiverse say like, oh, this movie exists in this pocket universe, but then people will be like, what if? Like, okay, who cares?
It's stupid, right?
Right.
And we'll all theorize and talk about, oh, it's gonna connect, and we're gonna have 12
And,
Venoms,
right,
Spider-Man,
and they're gonna be
Spider-Man,
like, nope, no, it's not, and then it never comes to fruition, and it's just kind of like, oh,
you feel empty.
right. So like, did Marvel kind of ruin that? Like, because like, think about how many Batmans there's been.
Well, exactly, and now they're connecting all of those, and we're getting into some very dangerous precedents here.
Right,
And
but you can still, but there was never an established universe for DC
until now.
until now. But they're
So
not
every Batman movie they make moving on is going to be a possibility of connecting.
right, but they have not established like one sacred timeline, right? So it's like
No.
literally anything is up for grabs. But and they've done like they did the Justice League and all that, but then they did Joker, that's off, and and like it's okay because they haven't
Almost like
established
DC's
something.
failure is going to come back and help them
It
out
actually
here.
helped them. Maybe that's what they've been holding on to. Maybe they've been like,
Maybe.
yeah,
It's like,
Marvel's wrong. Marvel's
Marvel's
wrong.
gonna bite off more than they can chew, and we're gonna swoop in.
Now, again, I go back to I have full faith in Kevin Feige.
Yes, yes, yes.
But this doesn't matter. I like that it's connected. I'm not. I don't want it to come off like that because I definitely like that it's connected. I just don't think Marvel could do something that's not connected and get away with it anymore.
No, I just based off of the fan base, and I don't even think Marvel fans are really that toxic. Let's talk about Star Wars fans, right? They're crazy. It's a joke, guys. Calm down.
Oh no! Everybody go after Chris.
But no, you're not wrong. The fans have an expectation, and Marvel has a duty to realize that expectation. And you're 100% right. If Marvel came out tomorrow morning and announced, "Hey guys, we're making a new Iron Man movie, but it's not actually going to connect to the MCU. It's just going to be a new story, a different continuation, and it'll just be a movie about Iron Man. It's a solo film off in a different universe."
Right.
You can't do that. It's done. That option is gone.
Right.
Because fans will be disappointed in it regardless of what you do.
Exactly.
So unless after Phase 7 they call it the ultimate phase and they move on and just start completely over with Multiverse 2.0 and they create a new sacred timeline and nothing that happened in the original Marvel has anything to do with this and we're starting over, this is the direction they've chosen, and you're 100% right. They are in it.
Right. They can't, like,
there's no going back.
No, there is no going back. DC can kill Batman and make another Batman.
Oh, a billion times
Marvel
over.
killed Iron Man
every time.
And Marvel
and
killed
over.
Iron
There's
Man.
One Iron
and
Man.
It's done.
There's one Iron Man. You're right.
And
you try to throw me a Tom Cruise Iron Man other than maybe a 2-second cameo, I'm gonna be pissed.
Right.
Like, that's just how
exactly.
It is.
Right. So, I just had that thought the other day. I was like, Marvel can't do that. Like,
it's almost like the only way out of it is for Marvel to sell, or for Disney to sell Marvel to you and me.
Let's do it.
And
you won't
start over,
cowards. I can't afford it.
Tina, but you know what I mean? Like, if Disney decides one day, hey, we've done everything we can with Marvel, and they sell it to I don't know who, and they start over and do their own thing, like with the Fox universe getting sold over to Marvel and they're starting over, that's the only way you could refresh and start over Marvel.
But that's completely. You're still going to be faced with the same issue.
Oh, of
Everybody
course,
knows
that
the previous.
Has been set.
Yeah. T. Nelson, thanks for Super Chat. Episode they cut must have been Gamora and Tony that survived. Wonder why they did that. That makes sense because everybody else was taken from an episode that we saw. So the Gamora and Tony one must have been the one cut.
The only one.
I don't know. I don't know why they cut that. But I heard
all I want from Marvel. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I heard that we were gonna get. I heard we were gonna get that in season 2, but now that doesn't make. If it was from that episode, it wouldn't make sense to show that now. So. Yes, Mr. Anderson, go convince Marvel just to sign everything over.
If anybody can get it done, it's you.
And you can mod for all the movies. I don't know how that would work, but we'll let you do it.
Yeah, what you're saying here, Moomin, is 100% what I think. All I want from Marvel is defined multiversal laws that all movies and shows have to follow. This episode showed us pocket realities and whatnot, just confusing, over the line, and honestly anticlimactic.
It was confusing.
And that is what is going to be the case in Marvel until they do define those laws.
Right.
And they will define those laws, guys. I just hope that they stick to that. You know, they don't want to bring, oh, here's the X-Men and here's how we got them, and Deadpool came from this universe, and that's fine. But I want it to be, it's got to be, and it's sad to use the word for Marvel at this point, near perfect. It just has to be.
If anyone can do it, it's Marvel.
And that's the case. And we keep going back to that. In Feige we trust, and Disney we trust. They're going to do a good job.
In Feige we trust.
They've got to nail it.
Somebody made a good point. Let me find it. Jeremy Kelly. They can have different characters taking the mantles of the heroes, like how Captain America's gone. Now we have a new Captain America. And yes, you can. But it's still stuck in the same universe. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Again, this was just a thought I had, and I was just kind of like, did Marvel screw themselves? I think my answer is no. I personally love the connected universe. And I actually think it would be cool for the... Like, I think it would be cool if Robert Pattinson's Batman was like, there was another one. You know, like, Christian Bale, like he did this, and now it'd be kind of cool to like draw back. But at the same time, they've changed Batman's stories and told them differently,
Mhm.
but kept the same core. His parents get killed, etc., etc. And like look at the Batman coming out, year 2 of him being Batman, and I think that's so
Mhm.
cool. And you can't really redo the origin that way, which like the origins
Mhm.
all kind of stay the same, but they're told in different ways. But again,
Right.
I don't think it's a bad thing for Marvel. I think they have their formula, and I think now that they're adding to it and hitting us with some curveballs, and I think we're not ready for what's coming. I think we have nothing to fear.
Mhm.
The only thing I do say is that, like your super chat said, like you said, without defined rules,
Mhm.
I don't
You
care.
feel cheated. Yeah,
Right.
you feel cheated, or it doesn't feel relevant.
It's
I
that's
100%
that's
agree with
that's the
that.
way to put that. It's not that I don't care. It just doesn't seem relevant.
Mhm.
So like, yeah. Tina S. Nelson, do you think the TVA is going to go after Deadpool? I hope that we get some funny montage of Deadpool fighting off a crap ton of TVA members, and then
That'd
he's
be
like,
awesome.
after killing them all, I ended up here in the MCU.
I'm still waiting for
Uh,
my perfect plot for Deadpool entering the MCU to take place, and it won't, and it's so sad. But it's the perfect way to put
Lion King
Deadpool into the MCU.
1.5.
Yep, Lion King 1.5, but with Deadpool, so they'll call it Deadpool 1.5. And he was behind the scenes in Avengers Endgame, causing all sorts of problems. And
I
they're
guess it
just
would
gonna
have to
show
be
different scenes.
2.5 though, right? Because two would have already
I
taken
guess it would have
place.
to be two and a
Yeah.
half, right? And then 3 is him in the MCU.
Right.
That would be glorious.
Deadpool two
That would
and a
be so
half.
much fun to watch for me. I would have such a blast with that. It doesn't even have to be that long.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a live breakdown? I do not believe so.
Oh, not live
I
breakdown.
mean, we're just chatting right now. We're
We
not going to go through frame by frame.
and I'm super tired, so I'm about to.
Yeah, I just landed. I've had a very long last 10 days. I flew to Florida. I flew to
Me too.
California.
I
I did a
landed
world
yesterday.
premiere. I flew back to Florida. Did a bunch of stuff there. Worked there. Just got back home today. Warren just got back home yesterday, so we're a little out of it.
I'm tired,
But
guys.
we're here and we're having a good conversation. So
I'm tired, and I don't know when the breakdown's gonna come out tomorrow. But you know what? It's coming.
it'll be there, and you guys are all gonna go comment and like and say, Let's see. If you're here at this white watch party,
At this
you need
what?
to comment. If you're here at this live watch party and you
Oh,
go and watch Warren or my video tomorrow, you have to put in the comment section hashtag Cosmic Bros.
do it.
We'll look for
Cosmic
that.
Bros. Which is
Hashtag Cosmic
that's a
Bros.
future
And
channel
we're gonna look
coming.
for that. Okay, so everybody who's here, there's 1,000 of you on both channels about.
Yeet.
On either mine or Warren's video tomorrow, hashtag Cosmic Bros.
Tired Cosmic Bros. Jim X Mafia. Thank you for the super chat. Am I going to any world premieres? Yes, yesterday I got invited to the Eternals world premiere. That is the 18th of this month. And that'll be I'm gonna try to hug Angelina Jolie. Her bodyguards will shoot me before I get that close, but
I won't, I won't be there, guys.
yeah, unfortunately Marvel seemed to be at capacity, and I got one of the last invites, but I didn't get a +1. Hey, I'm seeing Cosmic Bros on the chat. Hooker, bro, dude. Who did I freaking Sarah, Chris? I was like, I'm gonna be on this red carpet with Angelina Jolie. She's like, eh. I'm like, okay, shut the hell up. How
Okay,
do you?
it's
It's
Angelina freaking
Angelina
Jolie.
Jolie. I don't like her. Well, she doesn't like you, and I care about her
Guess
more.
what? She doesn't know you exist.
Right. It's just kind of like,
Now, Angelina Jolie has to be one of the, I don't know where exactly, but top 10 actress or actor legends of all
she's
time.
of all time, yeah,
All
for
time.
sure, for sure.
Top 10. No questions asked. She has been all over the place.
We got a few tired Cosmic Bros here.
We got 2 right here.
Yeah, right. No, I'm a tired Cosmic Bro. It's just so funny how some people can be so jaded like that. It's like, bro, you wish you were her.
Right.
How you
What we were
how you
talking about the
gonna
other
bad
day.
mouth Angelina Jolie? Like,
When you get to a level of fame that your life is just, something crazy. I went on a cruise with the LeBrant family from YouTube, and they were there and fine, blah, blah, blah. And we were talking about Angelina Jolie couldn't go on a cruise.
No.
Like she'd have to buy the whole boat for the
She could
weekend,
rent
which
it
she could
out,
completely
which
do,
would be no big deal to her at all.
but she
I
couldn't just
let
go on a
I
cruise.
mean, let's be honest. Has probably her own
She
huge
probably has her own
yacht,
cruise
right?
ship,
That's
right?
like, I mean,
But you see the point though. You can't just do normal things when you're those people, and you don't necessarily have to
uh-uh.
be a fan of her or her work. But regardless, I think you have to appreciate her status.
She's done a lot of great humanitarian stuff too. Like,
Oh, for
say
sure.
like, oh, I don't like her. It's like you
And
don't.
you don't have to like her. You don't have to like her acting or her style or her movies, but you do have to, I think, appreciate and recognize her status as a human being on
No,
this
of
planet.
course, of
Her
course.
reach is just insane.
I am Angelina Jolie.
Okay,
That's
Mr.
fun.
Anderson.
You do you, Mr. Anderson. I wish you all the success in the world.
And becoming her yacht.
I really do. It's like in Step Brothers, the movie, where the dad at the end's like, I wanted to be a dinosaur so bad, so I'd walk around pretending I was a dinosaur, and they just look at it and they're like, you're a human. You'll never be a dinosaur. It's
Oh, no.
just,
That's a whole different economic and political issue, isn't it?
I identify as a dinosaur
Patchy health.
so I can bite your head off.
Right.
Oh, I remember that meme. That was funny. I had a Apache helicopter.
Why wasn't there
Oh,
a post-credit scene that relates to season 2? Please reply. I believe there was. I think that's what that was. I don't think Haley Atwell's Captain Carter is going anywhere. He'll be a staple character in What If for a while and potentially in the MCU one day. I think that's exactly what that was a season 2 post-credit scene.
oh yeah, for sure. Season 2 post-credit scene. For sure, for sure, for sure. So I've seen some people talk about the Spider-Man No Way Home premiere. So like Chris and I went to the Venom one, and it was very small. It
It
was
was
the
sweet though. It was
it,
a lot of fun. The
it was
intimacy was
it
kind of
was
fun.
cooler because it was smaller. But like Tom Hardy wasn't there. Well, because you also have to realize actually that like the movie got
Well, Sony
delayed.
was being a little stingy with COVID too.
So that's what I was gonna say. They're still not sure if they're gonna do a big premiere for Spider-Man No Way Home.
I feel like they have to.
I guess so.
I feel like this is the movie, but they'll do
I
them.
do too.
Sony
And
makes some weird decisions as a company. I don't agree with a lot of stuff Sony does.
and but it's with Marvel is the thing, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, some people ask me like why I didn't like Venom versus Carnage because I felt like it was all over the place. And
I can say something on that since I seen it.
go for
Um,
it.
and this is going exactly on what I was just saying with Sony is I don't agree with a lot of what they do, and Sony wants to be the MCU so badly. And I think they finally come to some kind of agreement and conclusion with Marvel, as we saw at the end. And I think this entire movie was just to get to that. Like it was just here's a whole movie, here's what we're gonna do. We finally got the green light from Marvel, so let's just get there. Because none of it
Yeah.
mattered. Nothing that happened in Venom mattered because
That
he's
was
not
my
even
problem with
there anymore.
that's my problem with the movie, and I don't want to
And
give
they
any
knew that.
spoilers away, but I was just like at the end I was like, okay, so like, are we done? And then the
Right.
post credit scene, I'm like, okay, we're done.
Right, it's over. So it's irrelevant. Everything you've done in
Right.
these first two movies, other than introducing the character to us, who I will say that's something that happened in the movie was I do like the movie more, or not the movie, Venom and Tom Hardy. I like the character more. I created a better relationship with them. But everything else that movie did was just here is a hour and a half of, Venom and Carnage and a weird storyline that means nothing.
Nothing.
Have fun. And then here we are. I think Sony was trying to get into the MCU. That's all they've wanted from the beginning. They seem to have that opportunity now, and they knew that. It's a movie that was existed for the post-credit scene, and that's why I didn't like it. I think Woody Harrelson killed it, and I feel bad for the demeaning of that. Tom Hardy killed it. It was awesome. A lot of that was fun, but the overall movie was just, bleh.
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed the connection between Venom and Eddie Brock, and then
Oh yeah,
I enjoyed the disconnect between Carnage and Cletus
which was
because
also awesome.
like in the comics, Carnage is always like I'm Carnage, and that's what we got here in the movie. It
Mhm.
wasn't like we're Carnage, we're Venom, let's fight. It wasn't like that. And again, no, I don't want to do spoilers, but um, to me, not enough fighting. It was a lot of like I liked the development between Eddie Brock and Venom, but I
Hmm.
hated the parts where Venom was like in the club. I'm like,
Right. It was a whole
why?
thing.
Why? It's
Unnecessary.
like a rom-com is what I keep hearing people say, and I'm like, that's so true.
Right. Between the two characters, and they end up coming back together at the end, and it's all okay.
Yeah, and like I don't know, I didn't have a
The
horror.
jokes were good. It was funny.
Right, I didn't have a horrible experience watching it, and I didn't like hate the movie. I just wanted more. I just wanted more. I just wanted all the fighting. So switching topics, enough. A lot of people are asking me if I've seen Squid Game. Yes, I have. Yes, I really liked it.
Big yeet on
Here
Squid
is
Game.
my personal channel. Go subscribe to that. I'm doing a review about that soon. Um, it's like so hard to talk about things when you're like trying to avoid spoilers. Like I want to talk so much about Venom versus Carnage, but like, cause like I can't. Like I'm literally trying to think of a way to like phrase this, and I can't without spoilers. And like I know a lot of people like in India, like they're not getting the movie for like another 2 weeks or something like that.
Right.
Hey, that would be a good episode, Abhishek. What if Cosmic Warren and Cosmic Chris controlled the MCU? Okay, let's pitch that to them. I'm gonna pitch that to Disney.
What if YouTubers ran the
What if
Marvel universe?
YouTubers ran? I mean, we could do it on our own.
Oh, absolutely.
We'd
We
have
could
to.
make our whole
We'd have
freaking
to
story
think
through.
about that. We have to really think about that. I think Carnage should have been in Venom 3. T Nasty Nelson, thanks for super chat. Well, I think
I got something to say about Venom and Carnage that isn't really a spoiler that I think was a huge letdown, and you can agree with me. They wanted it to be rated R so bad,
oh my
but
gosh.
it wasn't. And I'm sitting there like, pick a lane. Like, if you aren't gonna do a rated R movie, do a rated R movie. If you're not, don't.
Hold on.
And
Yeah.
because of that,
No, sorry, go.
the result of that was shaky cameras and Carnage attacking something, and then the camera goes, and you don't see it.
Yeah.
And it wanted to be rated R so badly, but it wasn't. So they cut it all out. It was like watching a really bad movie that had been censored, and it's just jumpy. And I hated that. I really did hate that. It's like, be rated R or don't be rated R.
I'm
I
gonna
understand why you're not rated R, but do it or
right.
don't.
I'm gonna promote frickin'
The
pitch meeting
Venom
right now.
and
Hold
Eddie's
on.
career with him. Put the symbiote in him.
Oh,
His
have they
whole
done
life
it? I
story
haven't seen it
anyway.
yet.
Yes.
So,
and so eventually
there's
Cletus manages to bite
Wait, I
Eddie,
think
and
this
that's
is it.
how we get
No,
bite. Oh, they're gonna be super.
I'll have to watch it.
'Cause there's this
and also Eddie,
there's this
okay.
perfect-
thing to do inside it. He tears them
Okay,
apart.
here it is right here, guys.
Right? He's-
Okay, here it is. Here it is. This cracked me up so much. This cracked me up so much. So check this out. Here's what I think is just what happened right here.
So he just goes crazy, right?
This
He
is-
escapes from prison, and along the way, he kills a bunch of guards. He tears them apart. He rips their spines out, and blood spurts. PG-13. He throws some guards off screen onto the wall. That probably hurts.
There it is.
So now what he does-
Okay, Chris, because you probably couldn't hear, obviously. There's Ryan George in the pitch meeting. It's like, so yeah, Carnage breaks out and he tears people in half and he like stabs them and he rips their spine out and the guy's like PG-13. He's like, oh, he grabs them and throws them against the wall off screen. There you go. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
ah!
That's what it is. It's and it was so frustrating because it's like you want to or you don't want to. You know, maybe not everybody wants to see somebody's spine get ripped out of their body, but if you're gonna do it, do it. If you're not, don't.
I
Right? The
know.
first Venom did a very decent job, I think, of being a PG-13, but still giving you that dark tone of Venom without making it like a censored rated R movie.
It's
Like
just-
somebody
it-
went through and was like, "Hey, let's do this and blood and gore and swearing and death and sex but let's just cut all of that and pretend like they saw it." It's
I know. It's just,
Pick a lane.
it's Carnage.
Right, it should have been, in my personal opinion, rated R.
I feel like Sony, if you're gonna go out
Do
and
it.
be done with Venom, it should have been rated R.
Give him his little swan song. Let him go full off. Let him fight. Let him swear. Let there be blood, and call it.
Well,
And I understand why they didn't. I rated R movies are hard to kill in the box office.
well, and they did $1 billion with the first movie, and it
Right.
was
So
PG
they had a
13,
direction.
and it was PG-13.
But then just stick with your formula from the first one. Don't give me all these weird cutscenes and weird censorship. I don't want that. I was it gave me a headache, like just not getting the completion of every scene.
I actually feel like they they could have done more. I feel like they actually could have shown a little bit more violence.
Oh,
But
for sure. 100%.
but
But it
uh,
goes back to that saying they didn't really care because it was all about the post-credit scene. It's like, yeah, give him an hour and a half of carnage and Venom doing stuff, and let's get out of
but
here.
I didn't get as much Carnage versus Venom that I wanted.
No, one really decent scene, and it was cool to see the four of them fighting because it really was the four of them.
Yo, Dan's the hero though.
Dan was the big
Dan,
surprise hero.
as a normal person, stepped up and was like, "You ain't touching my fiance, brosive."
But guess what? Dan's irrelevant because he lives in an unacquitted universe.
Poor Dan. Well, he'll still get to marry the girl, and Eddie's out of the way now.
Maybe a rated R cut exists. That is possible. The way it was edited, it's very possible that they just did it and then they're like, "We'll release it later."
I hope so. Jeez, because you know what I feel like it would have been like if we would have got the Suicide Squad, Venom versus
Mhm.
Carnage. That would have been crazy cool.
That would be cool.
So, yeah, Dan, the normal man, Mr. Anderson. That's hilarious.
Dan.
I don't know what their plan is for Venom 3, guys. I actually heard a rumor that I actually can't say because Sony will 100% know it was me. And that's a long story, but I talked to I third party talked to a PR person from Sony, and I was talking through a friend who's known that person since 7th grade, and they asked him a bunch of questions, and then at the end they went, "Do you know the Cosmic Wonder?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, now I can't say anything because they're obviously gonna know it was you told me all this stuff." So poop.
That's what he was doing. He was checking.
But yeah, right. For a second, I thought the Watcher was going to send a touch to the main MCU timeline. Yeah, Roberto Soriano. Yeah, I thought something like that was gonna happen, man. That would have been cool. And a lot of people in the chat at the time were like, "Oh, Natasha's coming back." I'm like, I don't know, and then it didn't happen. But all right, guys, I'm tired. it's almost
time for
it's almost
nap.
it's almost 3 in the morning. We've been traveling a lot. I think this was a good episode. It's a
It was
shame
a good wrap
they
up
didn't
episode,
show us.
which are always difficult.
Yeah, it's a shame they didn't show us more connections. Holy crap! Hashtag tired Cosmic Bros.
Don't forget, guys. Don't forget.
Cosmic Bros. So yeah. But anyways,
Good after chat. Let's talk about that.
666 viewers. Mephisto confirmed.
There it is.
I'm trying to. Somebody put in the chat when Hawkeye started. It's like late November. That's when we're gonna be back here. And well, actually, we'll probably be back with some live streams before then.
Every Saturday, culture catch up.
Chris does them every Saturday. I pop in sometimes.
Literally, like behind me.
Literally, just through that door that you see right there, because he's literally.
Just appears.
We're just a door away. We live in the same
At all
house.
times.
Oh, so.
Finish it off, Warren. You got this. You got this. Summon the energy.
I'm so tired.
He's falling off on us.
Meow meow.
No, Warren.
There it is. No, I was waiting for someone to put in the chat. There it is. Thanks, Malik. November 24th, Hawkeye. There we go.
Oh, I knew the date. Sorry, I didn't realize you were waiting for it.
How dare you, sir?
I didn't know.
Hey, yeah, if you guys liked the new Venom, awesome. I'm glad you liked it. And I didn't hate the
movie was
movie.
alright,
I thought
yeah.
it was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think it was a great movie, a fantastic movie, an awesome movie. But I thought it was a good movie, and I enjoyed myself watching it. And if you liked it, don't let anybody try to convince you otherwise.
Except me.
I like a lot of movies that people don't like. It just is what it is. But hey, thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody who watched.
It was a fun after party, and you guys made that. So with your comments.
For real. I appreciate all the super chats, all the normal chats, and I appreciate everybody who just sits there and watches and wants some entertainment or hopes for entertainment, whether you get that or not from us.
But mostly the super chat.
But no, you guys are all awesome. It's awesome to have such a cool watch party and after party. Don't forget to subscribe to Chris over at Cosmic Culture. There's been multiple links in the chat for that. Thank you to everybody. Woof Woof Lala Loza. I know you've been talking a lot. Thank you. Everybody else that has been in here. Love you guys. We'll do more live videos. We won't wait more than a month to come back and do these. We won't wait for Hawkeye. We'll come back. We'll come back. So
what was the old show we used to do called? I can't remember. We had something forgotten in there.
Wonder Dome? I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
The Wonder.
Maybe.
We'll just
yeah. So, all right, guys. Gonna get some sleep and then probably do the breakdown in the morning as soon as I wake up. And by that time, Paul from Heavy Spoilers will have 1 million views. Dude, Paul's freaking crushing it. Paul's gonna blow up so hard. I really like Paul. We talk a lot off of YouTube. But anyways, look out for that video in the morning, and we'll see you next time. Again, thank you to everybody.